How high are you? Not high enough for this shit.
I'm double high.
Bruh.
What's the video? The stages of being high. The 7 stages.
The 7 stages of shooting the wizard first.
Hey now.
Speaking of that, what's the prognosis on that Bolski over there?
It has a large hit in it.
Poor Olm.
Well,
I've hit it once. Would you like to hit it?
last time on Ashes of Otren.
Oh shit.
It's time.
The party had descended over to the boudoir of incredible treasures in their wonderful gas cloud forms, and very quickly found out the situation at hand there, realizing very quickly that many of the people who were partaking, obviously enjoying themselves, but also using that to play up a little bit more and be able to not really worry about their cover, as many of the other soldiers were distracted. After a lengthy wait and Ashiki getting to know some of their old friends and make sure that, you know,
Biblically.
things are still all checking out in order, enjoyed their time there while waiting, as the rest of the party either blushed or played off the wonderful, House of Harlots to full effect. After which, a interesting figure that he had not seen showed up. Unfortunately, it's at basically the midpoint of you're trying to stake out the waiting game for this Grand Speaker. The commander who had originally chased the group and party, trying to catch them, Jeshin Kamarad, the Grand Marshal of the army that was originally leading into Otren. After seeing that he had...
Unless he saw our faces way back when, he would know it was us. We're probably dressed completely differently.
Pretty much.
We're blinged out.
But with that, everything was going fairly smoothly. He had seen the Grand Speaker walk in with his small escort to try and not bring suspicion to him. Saw Gracious, the main proprietor of the boudoir, and met him upstairs. After a brief time, everyone made their way up there with a cover of using one of the rooms, as well as bringing Ku very quickly along to try and pick the way into the room, along with the shadows spying on the Grand Speaker, just to make sure that there wasn't anyone leaving or anything incredulous was happening. In the midst of this, Jeshin had made his way upstairs, and unfortunately, especially with a more open catwalk, had taken notice of Ku fiddling with the lock and came over, and with very quick thinking, Modar stepped out and cast Charm Potion to persuade him to almost kind of look the other way or distract him for the time being and play at being friends. Though, obviously, with that now cast and him under the effects, the timer was set 1 hour. After that circumstance had happened, Jeshin was able to be persuaded, though very close to starting a full-on fight in the midst of the boudoir with Thalos. Especially for Thalos remembering his face and full-on knowing that he had probably sent hundreds, maybe thousands, to their death. Though very thinly veiled, he walked away as he wanted to enjoy his time off, and took his careful gleam of each of your faces as far as you could tell. After which you were able to speak with the Grand Speaker Atlantis to be able to persuade him in his current trust-up situation while also blind. Him not knowing who you were, not seeing your faces either, that did help. But agreed to meet you at the south end of the arena at 2 a.m. obviously trying to be alone. Which at that point, after coming up with a barter to where he might be able to become the head priest, might be able to worm you into the overall guard of the temple, or acolytes possibly being converted and brought into the fray. With that starting to go into motion, you had left him to finish enjoying his time with Gracious, and very quickly move forward to Sadie Goldmantle's estate. To which at that point, everyone was starting to try and plan out exactly what you were going to try and do. We did end on a brief description as it came into view, as you are in your cloud forms and flitting through the air very quickly. On the, let's see, front of the house that you see approach, previously mentioned the beautiful black marble that has decorated the whole entirety of the house with white marble flooring as far as you can tell from the grand windows in the distance. You do see occasional patrols, what looks like to be on various balconies around the house. There's apparently 3 floors that you can discern, along with one massive glass dome in the center that would allow you to be able to peer down into the grand entrance. With that, you also see what looks like 2 small turrets, but along with that is the north and south wings of the main building. As far as you could tell, it appears to be maybe the servants' wing is at the south, as it seems to have a few more of the accoutrements that are not as high grade and a little more open, more modest and not as gaudy as the rest of the decorations that you see. The ones in the northern quarter seem to have a fairly significant amount of decoration, but also what seems to be more patrolling guards. For those who are currently looking at the said house and trying to plan things out in your cloud forms, not assuming that you're approaching right away, just kind of eyeballing things as you look. Go ahead and roll me a perception as you kind of scout out this estate before your full approach and descent.
Oh my god, did you say perception?
Yes.
Any of us, all of us?
All of
Anyone
you.
who is doing it?
I would imagine you're all in cloud forms and all kind of descending upon the location.
I perceive a fuck ton.
Can I
Holy fuck.
Can I get advantage if I use one of my last arcane eyes?
Yes, you can. There you
Yay!
go. Alrighty. So, with that, you are very easily able to discern various larger bedrooms for the arcane eye, as well as Thalos and Rain. Ashiki.
You guys tell me what you see.
Yeah. Ashiki and Ramus, you definitely still see the guards patrolling. It's very obvious they still have lanterns and are keeping watch. But for what Thalos, Rain, and Modar see is, even though some of these are patrolling, they have what looked like cloaks initially tucked in very tight. But you very quickly realize that some of these that are patrolling the balconies or other open areas of the grounds, as well as far as you can tell, is a raucous in the back for the sounds, but the main ones patrolling, as mentioned, on the balconies, that aren't what looked like to be maybe Dragonborn or 2, are angels. Not of significant power, but ones that have respectable descent as far as you can tell. It's very curious that they would be patrolling her estate, and maybe they were called after Artorius was kidnapped and, just to up the protection of the estate, to be sure. With that, you definitely hear what sounds like a loud ruckus and rabble-rousing going on inside the small house out back, which looks like a servant's quarters or kitchen, as far as you can tell. Patrolling around a little bit more, especially with the high perception, it's easy enough to discern that it looks like kind of a mess hall for various patrols or soldiers, and even some of the other servants that would go there and have a moment to eat out of sight from the nobles that would be present within the house. And with that, the largest bedrooms that you can see are definitely in the northern wing, though unfortunately, especially with the larger beds, they all seem to be veiled. The only other one that doesn't seem out loud and gaudy would be one bedroom that's at the south end, still fairly large, possibly the head of the house servant, as far as you could tell, as they have their own personal balcony, as well as what seems to be a large, beautiful bed with the full drapes pulled and drawn. The other very distinct piece that you do take notice of, though, especially for the large glass dome that allows you to peer down into this grand hall, appears to be, what as far as you can tell, a 12-foot tall angel that seems to be singing a resonant song throughout the entirety of the estate.
Oh, jeez.
For anyone who would like to, can roll me either an arcane or a religion.
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck!
Terrible of both. But let's give it a shot.
Ashiki! Tell us what is there to know!
Well,
So, with that,
You should put a picture up and then have Ashiki describe it.
you should not do that.
I mean, you're the one who knows.
Yeah. Tell us, babe.
I know nothing of your divinity. And I'm apparently willfully ignorant. Too. Jeez.
Holy shit, yeah.
I also rolled a 2.
You got that out by the skin of your teeth.
You see the beautiful golden wings, the soft golden hair, and deep golden skin that seems to be softly decorated by what looks like almost song note tattoos. You've heard of this, as many bards have actually invented the chance to be able to speak one of these, as an angel of song. Usually they are there to protect with heavenly inspirations, also to be able to calm one's emotions. Sometimes they are charming enough to be able to enthrall people, with that as well as, well, even being able to soothe emotions if tensions are high, as well as be able to continue to inspire other troops if things seem dire.
I think Ashiki would relay this information via a very impassioned performance, like about the history of this figure that she probably heard somewhere when she was studying.
But you know for sure that angels of song are always kind and discerning, usually would almost never resort to violence, and they're always keepers of beautiful melodies and music that has been written through history. So, allow me to look it up. Would you want to look through the first, second, or third floor windows first? As obviously you'd be drifting around as gas clouds.
I'd imagine third floor first.
Third floor first.
Because getting down to the ground level might just bring us a little too close to whoever's, might be on guard there.
Okay.
I mean, there's also a giant angel, so
The giant angel of beauty. Which...
Actually, can we ask Ashiki if she can tell, like, who the angels are affiliated with?
We can just... Does it have a title?
I mean, does I
or
mean,
is it
or
just it's a general angel?
does it bear any symbols of a particular?
For that, it would
Deity.
actually require for you to get closer. It's discernible from this distance, especially with the easy denominator of the song. But other than that, you would definitely have to try and get closer to discern any full body coverage or anything else of the sort.
How about this as a question for Ashiki then? Do you, Ashiki, do you think that it can see invisible things? And I hold up my hand, which is empty, but what is actually in my hand is an invisible arcane eye.
I
Josh, you feed
With
Peter
that,
the answer.
I'm sorry. I'm double checking just so I don't feed anything wrong.
Ooh.
For you, Ishiki, you know full that they cannot. They do not have true sight of such things.
they do not. They do not. No.
As a, you know, and I'll have the eye begin to move down in that direction, carefully scanning so it can get a better read. And I'm relaying everything I'm seeing through the Rary's telepathic bond.
Just shuffle. Oh, there's a double Ishiki.
Murder one. Kill it. Kill it with fire.
Sacrifice. Alright. So I have placed you effectively outside the front of the estate, third floor. And front of you. I think I forgot to shuffle the tab over. Can you all see?
I can.
Yeah.
Alright. Good. So, especially with this, and Modar, you're sending the eye to try and get a closer look and perceive which symbol the angel has on her.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me that perception with advantage, because obviously you're a lot closer now.
Ooh. It's big. It's a big symbol. I can see it.
I cannot see.
Oh, hold on.
Could I also roll too?
I'm trying to communicate it through the Rary's bond as much as I can, but
Yeah,
it's up
well,
to
your
you, Josh.
perception.
Not there.
Josh, is the obscurity of it due to the limit of sight? Like our ability to see only so far, or is it?
Currently it is night, so it is a bit harder to see the...
You said it's night.
Yes.
How far away is this thing?
Currently from the top of the manor, that would be 45 feet down.
Can I send a shadow through the darkest parts to get a little bit closer?
The eye also does have dark vision.
Alright.
Oh,
You could send it.
I can
You
put
definitely
that.
send a shadow through. And... Let's see.
Down to one eye in the jar.
I just wanted to. The reason why I was asking about the distance things because I've got 120 feet of dark vision, and I just wasn't too sure if that's might help.
It does help. Just toss down a brief little token. As this guy would be holding a torch and such. Quickly dotting some torches around.
Just to get it close enough to see. It doesn't even have to leave the darkness now.
No, it does not. Alrighty. So, with that, for the symbol that you see, here we are. You actually see what looks to be as well as Modar, because obviously seeing it from here with the angel lit up is easy enough. a triangle with 3 6-pointed stars on it. But if anyone would like to roll me a religion with the description, I assume would be shared.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, cleric of God, tell us. Tell us the truth of the Lord. What
yeah.
is the 6-pointed triangle?
I sent up a quick prayer to Tempest, like, what's up? Help me out here.
Hey yo, homie.
Uh,
How do you talk to your god? What did the prayer sound like?
yeah.
It's like super short. It's not in any way like deference. It's just like,
Break me off a piece.
yeah, like you serve me, I
Yo,
serve
bro,
you.
can I
That's
get
the
some?
agreement. Like, what's
Yo,
up?
bro, can I get some blessings?
Hey yo.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Hey,
come on
yo.
now. I got your whole sigil and shit on my chest. Come on.
Divinely inspire. Let's
I'm
go.
rocking
Click
this
click.
chain.
I am your advertiser. Pay me my money. I'm kidding. I don't say it like that.
I'm your distributor. I got rights. I need to make
Yeah,
my percentage.
I will pull all marketing right now.
Yo, wait,
God
hold on.
damn.
That's too real to my actual job.
Sorry.
Real shit. But with that as for you, Rain and Veronica, you immediately recognize this as Lyra, the goddess of joy.
Huh. That sounds like it's supposed to be innocent, but I don't feel like we're in a very innocent place. So,
What's the name?
Uh, I'll type it out. Lyra.
Hmm. Can I roll?
sounds sus.
What do you know about them, Rain? The evoker now, Joshua.
What's wrong?
First fucking Aboleth, now this.
Wait till I start making music for making watch togethers for this session.
Hell yeah.
Do you know any?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh, so,
I was gonna ask. You said they were the goddess of joy.
yes.
Well, their patron is the goddess of joy.
Okay.
You would
Would I
know.
would this be like a old well known god, or is this like a noob? Is this like are we talking ancient
This
history type shit?
this is a well-known god. You would, especially with a 22 for your religion, for her various phonetic titles, you would know her other titles to be Joybringer, Our Lady Joy, the Goddess of Joy, or the Ever-Changing Goddess. Know that full well that her areas that she usually pertains to is joy, happiness, contentment, dance, freedom, you know, full release and festivals.
Okay.
Though,
So I guess I would like transfer that information to everybody else, like on the tele whatever link.
as far as you've seen, there's only angels and other such people here. There has not been any devils of the sort.
Does anybody think it's a bad idea to just talk to them?
Our pitch is that we have Artorias talk to her, right?
Yeah.
We ghosted up outside the window.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Because it seems like we're setting up for a fight.
We're doing recon. It's not always. That's just what we always do, but it's not what we're gonna do this time, right, guys?
We'll see.
Right.
Hey.
Appetite.
Jeez.
No, I'm trying to Ocean's 11 this and not fight with angels.
That's so funny. I was just watching Ocean's 11 right before we started this session.
See, I was gonna make a Charlie's Angels joke.
Wait, didn't we meet a angel or divine something Can we name drop?
We did meet a celestial, I think. Yeah, yeah. Pretty sure we met a celestial that said they were watching us and keep fighting the good fight. We're not gonna like directly aid you, but no, you're doing the right thing.
You're doing what we want you to do.
If
Yeah, can we like name drop at some point?
You definitely could.
If these are angels and not like the kind of eventually messed up corrupted kind, but just angels.
We're all in wispy form, but Thalos is just so over this whole
Yeah,
not this scene, but it's very much sort of like I do not understand your order of religion. Like, how can angels possibly support the activities of Shishipunik? Like, you just don't get it.
Regardless. Have we identified which part of the house the lady is most likely in currently?
As far as best bet you could tell, is possibly the northern side. There are a lot of
Do we
large
know-
bedrooms with the large drapes drawn. It's near impossible to fully tell who's in what bed.
How
Alright.
much are we able, or how much do we know about the floor plan of this home?
Absolutely nothing.
Artorius is the only person who
How
knows
far are they-
her, and he's never been here.
Are these like assistants or slaves that help?
We have no idea.
Are you talking about the angels or the
No.
soldiers?
No, like the how they said they had like a ratty servants' quarters.
For that, it definitely looks like they are servants. Some of this sector, obviously a little more rundown, but obviously that's because they have a lot going in and out in those areas. And there's obviously a large number of servants for having a whole wing set for them to either traverse or bring others in for such matters. The northern wing is definitely more reserved for entertaining guests as well as keeping, proper face. The only other large display that you can see that it would most likely she would be in the northern wing is that the top third floor has what seems to be a large personal chapel where it looks like she might give sermons from herself.
I mean, a girl boss, I guess. Okay,
We're still in platform, yes.
yeah, I believe so, right?
I'm gonna fluff about non-threateningly. Is there wind? Can I pretend I am?
Yeah, there's plenty of wind. Just go ahead and roll me a quick performance with advantage.
Oh shucks.
Oh boy.
Performance 8 my
I'm a
strength.
cloud.
As I said.
It's not terrible. With advantage though.
Yeah, one more.
Oh,
Roll it
with
again and
advantage?
take
Yeah.
the highest.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously they're not looking for clouds.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
Alright.
Can
Okay, listen, I may be going in the opposite direction, but I'm still
Can
acting.
I give my inspiration? I don't think this is a time to be fighting.
You definitely can. Go ahead and roll a third time.
Oh shit. No pressure. Fuck. Listen. I'm going in the
So
opposite
above
direction of the
average.
wind.
Why did you drink so much at the bar?
I
Oh
can't help it. It makes me perform better usually.
You do see that the Dragonborn who's walking around, obviously lazily on patrol, kind of sees foggy wisp cloud puffing around. Just kind of takes interest as you are slowly drifting, but unfortunately seems to have drawn his attention a bit because obviously there's not really much to look at other than the estate here.
Is there something I can do to make it more stormy? Because I have a thorn attunement going on.
Not really without coming out of your cloud form first.
Yeah, not without grasping my weapon. Yeah.
But seems to just watch your aim looking back and forth, and
I'll stop moving altogether and let the wind carry me for a few.
all right. For just shits and giggles, roll me a d8.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be for direction. Oh dear.
No.
So you start drifting in that direction.
Oh, thank God.
Slowly start getting further away from
Wonderful.
the estate and the guard. Which at that point, he just continues his rounds and just goes to the main front of the balcony, looking over everything.
Does he appear to have any magical pieces on him? Just a quick, like, this is a guard. What does he seem to be carrying? Anything that, like, does his standard whatever look like they've given these guys magic stuff? I don't know if that's something I can do as a abjuration guy. 'Cause I can cast
roll
that,
me
but
a
I don't-
perception and an arcana.
Both?
Yes. Because you're looking for the items, anything that sticks out.
Ugh. My perception is very bad, but I'm good at... No, apparently not. That's another 2 on
Yeah.
Arcana.
You're not sure. It looks a little bit close. The armor doesn't look magic, but the weapons or maybe the munitions could be.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah. Not unless you're like holding the item.
Okay.
But as far as you can tell, things are still quiet and clear. You do see that there is the large turret steady with the balcony itself. Doesn't really seem to be patrolled on the tower itself. But obviously can freely move around looking in some windows since you're a puffy cloud. Just be sure to be wary if you see a guard or two. And obviously sources of light, yes, are sparse.
I think, well, sources of light we shouldn't have to worry about because most of us have dark vision. But I was gonna say, Modar, can you use your invisible eye to see if that servant's quarter is the one that looks the darkest? Can it like look in through that window, and can it tell if there's a fireplace in that room?
It can do both.
All right.
That's the noise it makes.
I almost feel like it's like maybe they kept that room dark for a reason. You know,
Or
like,
they just don't
like-
want to like waste candles on servants because they're shitty
Oh.
people.
That's true. That could be that.
Going to the far south end or just looking inside.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on your thing.
No, it's really fucking funny. It's fucking true. For the arcane eye searching around, go ahead and roll me obviously perception advantage.
God damn it! Not the perceptions.
Searching around.
So
Check.
bad at it. I'm so bad. At
Boom!
it.
16, baby, right there.
That's better. 14 plus 2. There we go.
You do take note that it does seem to be one other Dragonborn guard sitting on a back balcony, just kind of looking over the rear of the state as the raucous is being fairly loud with 2 other guards. On the front side with the balcony with the head of the house, seems like the door is actually wide open and just has like a nice soft breeze coming. Reason why all the lights are off or there are no lights is everyone's asleep. You're looking in through all the windows, all the servants are currently fully asleep, getting as much rest as they can before the next day begins and they have to get everything ready.
I relay all of that. We can, and I'd say that we could either take out the guard on the balcony or just try and slip in through the open door and revert in there. Whoever
Is there
reverts first, just close the door.
Is there a fireplace in there?
Is there a fireplace in there?
Definitely.
We can go down the chimney.
I was gonna say, let's avoid like trying to go on the actual balcony.
Okay.
No one's expecting like Santa.
Could
So.
could you put the spell that we're under the effect of, Talos?
Oh yeah, I got you. Boom.
I just want to double check whether or not I can cast a cantrip, because if I could cast Mage Hand to be able to close the door before
I
we
don't-
start reverting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can. I think actually we're just in movement, but
We can't like interact with anything.
Yeah, not directly.
You have to
fuck.
solidify first.
Okay.
It's a
So
good
it
spell
will
for
take us
travel.
that minute to solidify.
There you go.
But, okay.
And it takes us a minute to solidify, so we're gonna have to like, you know, blow in, find ourselves a nice corner, and recombobulate.
Oh my god, vampires!
All right. Well, then let's. Does anybody take umbrage with that plan? Get in there and see how we can get through. See if Artorias can
Nope.
sweet talk. All right.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
Allow me to shuffle you all.
Shuffle off to Buffalo.
Brief moment of discombobulation. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, this is a very small room.
It is a personal room, though.
Oh.
As you do go in, you do hear someone sleeping fairly heavily in the main room that you are now in. With that, you do see the aforementioned balcony that you had peered through, and they don't seem to be as fully awake yet. They're still heavily asleep. As far as you can tell, it looks like a man who's dressed in like nice red satin pajamas and sleeping quite soundly. There's 2 doors to the north side of the wall, along with that decorating the main room, what looks like the main ledger and various tasks, house chores, wages for other servants that would be working here, as well as what looks like a small cabinet with a possible locker inside to be able to pay out the funds for the servants.
How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling here is 15, or no, sorry. No, it's vaulted ceilings throughout the entire mansion. It's all 15 feet high.
Where's this Dragonborn that you mentioned?
He would be on the back balcony out of sight. About
on the other
45 feet away from you through
Gotcha.
a few walls.
Gotcha. I point at the 2 doors, and you guys get the sound of a question mark in your head.
Calm.
What is the sound of a question mark?
The gentle popping sound.
I think of Metal Gear Solid.
See,
Do you
that's an
wanna-
exclamation mark.
That's when shit pops off.
Yeah.
Do you want
I
to say
definitely-
your,
No, but if they like kind of see you, they go into that searching thing, which is just
Doesn't it start with the warp, though?
no. But they exclaim, but they do their little question mark first.
Alright, well, I will send my eye forth. I have it for quite some time still.
I was gonna say, yeah. Can you send it into the hallway and just make sure the coast is clear, or see if there's a better place for us to reconstitute? Otherwise, we can just do it in here.
While that happens, I would like to do that, Josh, so I can see into the hall. And I would also like to ask Ku telepathically, you don't happen to have like sleeping medicine, anything like that?
You see him pull what looks like a jar of medicine out.
How well does that work on sleeping people? Like to keep them asleep? While possibly a heavily armored, slightly drunk person moves through a room.
Looks at the bottle of wine that's on the nightstand next to him. Pulls out a few pieces of the medicine he has, crushing up the herbs with the back end of the dagger pommel, and kind of like slowly tiptoes over to put it in the drink just in case. And
that'll work.
Kind of gives a soft look like, eh?
I kind of Moto goes, yeah, I guess I was kind of expecting you to like, and I mime like pouring the powder into his onto his lip. But I think that's better. You're right.
So he...
No, it's alright. No, it's fine.
Right.
No, I think what you did is better, I said.
Okay.
So yeah, the hallway. Is there anybody in the hallway?
From current circumstance, nobody's in this hallway. All the doors are closed. Looking around, you do quickly find that there are a set of spiral stairs going down to the next floor.
Is that the only thing that is like open right now? Every other door is closed?
Currently, yes, every other door is closed.
Are there any doors that don't look like they go to bedrooms, or any doors that look like they might continue at on this level? Or is it this we're closed off and we should just go and our way is down the stairs now?
For that, with what you saw, you did see at the far end what looked like there's two sets of doors, and one immediately to the left and one right to the right, a little bit around the corner, which is obviously a bedroom. The other one on the right side leads to the balcony of the first angel you had seen. To get to the inside balcony that's covered that you had originally seen, you would have to go through the left door and possibly try to evade notice while going through a large open window hallway.
We could try turning back into gas to do that, or we could try descending down further into the house. I explained to everybody else.
Well, it'll take a minute, but we can. Would you rather like float down and through, since there doesn't appear to be too much going on up here?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that seems to be the thing, because we can move at 300 feet a second. So I'll just cast invisibility and open doors and stuff and run. Or no, maybe I should. Who's fast? Who's the fastest?
Who's the one who starts with? Yeah.
I could turn you invisible, and or do you want to? Or we could just open the doors beforehand. I guess there's no reason for one of us not to be in gas form, because it's such a big difference in speed. I'm just thinking out loud. You guys are getting. This is like accurate because you're in Modar's brain, so it's just rambling thoughts of like different plans of how to avoid detection, and he just kind of decides like, maybe I guess we just open the door and go for it at the end of the hall. Just book it fast as we can.
Like in cloud
It's
form?
like really dark in here, right?
Yeah, basically, unless you have like full-on torchlight, this hall is pretty pitch black, other than the few like glints of moonlight coming in through the center hall that hangs over the stairs.
Josh, quick question for you. I know we're in cloud form currently, and we're not allowed to do anything physical, but I do have telekinesis. Using my mind, would I be able to utilize that to open doors while in cloud form?
I would say yes, because that's not your physical body.
Okay. In that case, I relay that to Modar, and I say we should stay clouded up, but when we go down the hall, let's stay at the top, like float along the ceiling in the darkness
as fast as we can. Yeah, like drifting smoke from somebody's room.
Yeah,
but quick. Okay.
Alright, let's
I like
go.
this idea.
Alright. Go ahead and move along.
Okay.
We're wisping.
We wisp at maximum wisp. So you said this is the door? And then down the hallway?
Open up said door.
And we are all pretty like grouped together.
Alright.
Stop mangling your
Is
mist
this
with
a
my mist.
sauna?
So, as you are going through that hall, I will need a group stealth check.
quadruple advantage.
I,
All of us roll 4 times and take the best of those rolls.
Two.
I think Ramus should.
Oh wow.
So
But
Well,
you're not
if-
in heavy armor.
You're not in heavy armor,
true.
but I'll still take the 4. But this is a group stealth check, so thankfully it's not a total failure.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, I give you somehow decide to turn me into a ninja and give me a pass without a trace whenever it's dark, so everybody gets a +10.
There you
it's
go.
14, 26, 33, 30.
All right. So with that, you're definitely easily able to cover your allies.
We go. We're good. We're there. Oh God, roll with advantage, my sir.
Oh.
Alrighty.
And that's +10, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Shiki just won with the shadows.
So, yeah, there's a brief moment as the, Angel is walking around on the main ramparts, and the torchlight turns around. Almost kind of like a hold your breath moment, but then, especially with the shadows sweeping back over, being able to hug the roof, it's easy enough to where you can very quickly push past without being noticed. Alright, and so before you, as you open this hallway door, you see that there is another door immediately on your right at the far end with the long carpet. You can see through the window the main glass dome that proceeds to look out over the main entrance hall, as well as what seems to be a left turn into the hallway. As you look around, you do see what seems to be beautifully decorated paintings, all depicting specifically angels or possibly pastimes, as well as what seems to be maybe Sadie Gold's past life, almost like coming of age situations, where she first became a priest and being able to ascend to one of the high speakers and then becoming one of the archpriests as well. Though they all seem to have almost kind of an embellishing. If anyone would like to roll an investigation, they can as you look at the paintings.
Also, like waving everybody into the hallway, like so that Thalos can close the door. Like we should all move in here as fog, because we can hang out near the 15-foot vaulted ceilings.
Helios.
Get everybody in here. Like looking for Ghost Thalos.
Sorry. I've kidnapped him for a brief time.
Give me my boy back.
I need to bring him.
No.
Alright.
I was wondering. I was like, wait, where'd everybody go?
Down the hallway.
Wait, why am I over here?
Don't worry. The dynamic lighting is kidnapping people today. I don't know what's going on with that. But especially with both the 23 and 20 investigation to 21, all of you are looking at your own kind of portraits in the hall of what is supposed to be Sadie Gold. Each of these faces are different.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, say that again?
Each of these faces are different. Like the
So
coming of
hot.
age, as she's done quite beautifully. Each one, though, the thing that tells you that these are different people, one has hazel eyes, the other one has blue, and then the other one has brown eyes.
Oh God, it's a fucking Dishonored situation.
Artorias, which of these is Sadie Gold?
I've never seen her without a mask. I didn't even really know that these things existed. Might be why they're on the 3rd floor.
Traditionally, where would a commander sleep in their own house?
I usually sleep in my grand bedroom where it's easier to protect. It probably would be the larger turret tower with multiple guards, but I know that she's a bit eccentric and different. She doesn't usually follow the same protocols. She might have even just let one of her guests have that room for the time. Though I wouldn't imagine she'd be far from it.
So, like,
Nearish here, this side of the house.
To the far north.
Yeah.
The large, distinct turret that you had seen.
Alright. Well, then we've got a ways to go. Onwards as quietly as we can. No use wasting time, right?
yeah.
No time like the present.
We should all stay gas, I guess.
Oh, we always stay gas.
And I'm using the arcane eye to scout ahead so that we're not surprised by anything before we go into a room.
Let me stack up Kuhn Artorius.
Knock, knock.
No.
No, I don't actually knock. Obviously, I'm a ball of gas.
So
I
that,
know you are.
checking that
No, you don't.
opening up, it seems to be a bedroom that leads to another door, as well as there's a door immediately on your right, Modar.
A quick peek inside for both of them.
Alright, in that bedroom, currently there's nobody asleep. It is an unused bedroom at the current time.
It's not like the bed doesn't look slept in, it looks like a spare bedroom.
Yes, full spare bedroom. The one on your right looks like a long open hallway. At the far end, you see what looks like a servant who's possibly reading by a lantern. So she is obviously not watching on guard, she's just reading a book at the far end of the hall.
Okay.
With the other decorations you do see as well. Immediately across the hall is another door that possibly leads to another bedroom. As you were looking through the main hall as well, you had seen that through some of the windows on the left there is another balcony with another angel walking around with torchlight, trying to keep watch. Obviously, same situation again with the windows being more distinctly open. You recognize the windows on the right are the ones that you had initially peered in that had the Dragonborn walking by as well.
So then I'm guessing we're going down the hall.
Yep.
Do it.
That is this one here.
On the right.
Where's the doors right here. Zwap! 300 feet in 6 seconds.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me your collective stealths again real quick.
Plus 10.
Can I just like re-roll that? Because that was horrendous twice in a row. What the heck is going on with my rolls?
Your dice like fucking with you right now.
They're jinxed. I was talking shit about Tempest and he heard me. He's like, fuck you.
We're gonna need
Fuck you out of
blessing
Texas.
for later.
Alright. Same thing once more. A little bit of like the kind of moment as you see the angels turn around, also see the Dragonborn like looking across the way. Thankfully seem like they see the fog, but then kind of like briefly distract each other. And thankfully, what seems to be a housemaid reading doesn't really take notice the creeping fog as she's looking down at her book at the moment. She seems to be sitting in front of what appears to be a large set of stairs that go downward. There's two doors immediately to the right of you. One led to the bedroom that you had seen before, another one that you're not sure of, possibly a side room, as well as the doors immediately next to her led to one of the large main satin bedrooms, as well as the one on the right seemed to lead to a large study / library. And then also immediately on your left, with the one door next to the stool, as far as you remember, led to the large, what seems to be personal chapel of the household. Shuffle down.
Which of the big bedrooms should we hit first?
I mean, if they're dark inside, I could probably just pop a shadow in there and have it.
I can check in each of them. I just mean I assume. I guess I'm assuming what I'm gonna find. Quick recon.
A quick recon.
I'll-
Pop a shadow in the other one.
All right.
Which one? Where?
So with that, the first two bedrooms that you see, obviously that door's not open. Pop that one open. Oh. It looks like somebody had initially slept in the one next to the commoner, as well as this one that the shadow is exploring. Seems to be maybe the bedroom of the guard who is looking over the balcony, as the bed has been kind of shuffled around, but you also see what looks like a set of equipment that's been stacked in the corner with the fire currently lit, trying to keep the place warm, but also seems to have a few pieces of equipment set out between arrows, crossbows, maybe a couple of extra swords and other pieces, as well as what looks like a fairly large saddle piece that seems to stick out distinctly in a very odd fashion. Looking at it, you can try nature if you like to discern what kind of saddle this might be, though it definitely seems extraordinarily odd in design. Something that's very widespread. Alrighty. With that premise, you're not entirely sure, but this doesn't seem to sit right. It doesn't seem to connect fully, especially for what is discerned with yours, Thalos. This saddle doesn't look like it's supposed to go with any normal creature that you know of. It would be something very large with a huge wingspan that, even though you know wyverns exist, doesn't seem to really fully line up with exactly what you are trying to put in place. As it would be more of a sharper V. This one seems more flatter and widespread, where the legs would be able to rest and catch themselves in stirrups so they don't get thrown off by the gusts of wind. So they have something that they probably ride that you have maybe not seen yet before, or it's clearly not normal to nature.
I relayed that to the rest of the team.
Anything else of note, or like?
For that, looking at in the other bedroom, it looks definitely far more gaudy, more fanciful. Everything is more decorated with gold. Though it does look like everything had been moved out of the upper floor here on this third floor bedroom and taken somewhere else within the estate. It's looks more or less like they definitely sent a messenger ahead of time that somebody had taken Artorias and told Sadie to possibly change her bedroom.
Damn, news travels fast.
It's been a full 24 hours.
Mm.
Oh, true. So, I guess he turns to Artorias. Any other guesses?
Asking Artorias, you said?
Yeah. Where's the next likely place?
In that situation, maybe lower, closer to the soldiers, if that is the case.
Where are the barracks? Are they in here or are they outside?
There would be, for what you saw scouting, they are at the south end, or the second and first floor, what you saw.
Alright, so maybe we try to find a bedroom that's not too far from there. Or a space. Now that we know it's taken, I'm sure they would put themselves in a better defensive position.
So, sure. For the side room there, it just has what seems to be an extra barrel as well as a personal cabinet for various whiskeys and such. So, definitely proceed down the stairs through the side room. There is one door that you see in this room here that goes to the left, as well as the other door to the right of the common room, which leads to the same room, and then obviously the stairs going down.
Do we hear voices coming from any particular direction?
And can I do a bit of a more thorough sweep now that we're just searching bedrooms and barracks?
Sure.
Just looking specifically for them.
Yeah, can I listen out for voices? Perfect time to use my least useful skill.
Yes, roll me that perception at advantage, as well as spreading around, looking through these various rooms. I'll open up these doors so you could peer in. But with that, sounds like somebody is having a conversation within the library late night. The eyeball sweeping through would definitely find a house servant seemingly having a conversation with nothing while looking over what looks like magic studies. With the other part of that, you also easily take note that there's a stairwell here that leads to the second floor balcony that obviously just leads kind of like a dead end, but a possibly quick exit. Looking through the other bedroom that Ashiki was near, has a large, beautiful satin bed, along with what seems to be a bathtub next to a fireplace, a full drawing desk, two armoires filled with beautiful, soft, silken clothes, as well as what seems to be a writing desk in the corner and a personal footlocker that seems to have a lock on it.
Is the locker locked?
Yes. Could always try to open it of interest, but obviously you have your options. I was just saying you have options.
Can I put my... Can I put this thing through it to see what's inside?
You definitely can.
To see if it's even worth...
So, especially that, squirming its way into this lockbox. Peering inside, looks like to be a few pieces of jewelry as far as you can discern. Some fairly valuable, others that look to be probably old, like shoulder pieces, something more decorated to be worn during larger dinner parties or to be more flashy at events. Assume that probably, a quick guess that it's probably worth maybe 2,000 gold worth of items in there. But it looks like they've been mostly left in just storage, as far as you could tell.
I'm wondering if I want the shadow to just take the whole. How big is the locker?
The whole locker itself is 3 feet across by a foot and a half, so pretty large.
That's okay.
Josh, does it seem like the tub's been used recently? Like, is there any drained water? Is it full of water? Is it like bone dry?
With that, you actually do see that people, somebody in particular, has recently taken a bath here. Probably, at most, you could easily guess, especially for how much condensation is still there, an hour and a half ago, which means if it was Sadie, she probably just went to bed, but it also means that she's not in that room. She went somewhere else, probably not far from that tub.
Alright, so can we, between shadows and magic eye, search the surrounding bedrooms?
Can I, so how cat person am I? Can I use the smell to track them, or is that a completely different kind of skill?
With that, I would say it's a little different because you have not personally interacted with Sadie Gold, so you're not sure.
I know, but I just want to follow the tub, whatever the tub smells like, the person the tub smells like.
Actually, I will allow that because obviously she does soak in oils, so go ahead and roll me perception advantage. Because obviously following what seems to be the heavy scent of lavender as well as what seems to be rose petals. With that, especially for the very distinct smell, you would almost guess that she had used these stairs, but instead, especially following the scented oils, she had gone down this exact hallway and down those steps in front of you. Following that, it's easy enough, because I assume you'll be sending your shadows and I to trek down there and look around.
Yeah. I obviously relay that to everybody, and I'm assuming that's the way you're going to go anyway.
With that, you very quickly find that as you peer around these various rooms, you very quickly realize and find that City Gold is actually on the second floor. With that, she is fast asleep, though the only reason why you are able to fully, distinctly recognize who she is that her golden mask is sitting on the writing desk not far from her bed. Just outside, you could see what appears to be 2 other angels. One is in the hallway before another set of stairs. The other one is patrolling the balcony in the hall just before the bedroom door. A angel seems to be walking back and forth slowly and studying the various decorations in the hall, seemingly kind of bored but keeping its vigil as best as it can. Immediately to the right of that is another man seemingly asleep. As far as you can discern from the looks of him, possibly a mage for the staff that he keeps near his bed, alongside with a wand inside of a sheath, as obviously she has moved down one floor, but has kept many, much more heavily armed guard closer by.
You really want us to fight?
I mean, you just kidnapped a huge figurehead, of course, security's gonna be tight, bro.
Furious, do you hold any sway with these angels? Would they listen to your commands?
I mean, I could give it a try. I'm sure they would be curious of why I suddenly appeared on Miss Goldmantle's estate out of nowhere.
And you said on her balcony is another angel?
Yes.
Worst comes to worst, I try to.
Oh, we're in a crappy place, an even crappier place.
Is this where we are on the map right now? We moved downstairs.
You are currently here. You have people scouting the lower floors that can keep out of sight, like your eye and your shadows and such?
Right, but right now we're hidden near the ceiling here with this lady who's reading.
Yes.
Can we make it darker?
I can cast darkness, but that would be noticeable.
Mm-hmm. Try.
Maybe a distraction somehow?
Yeah.
I was going to say, what if we create a distraction outside, something that draws the angels away?
I could be a distraction.
How long did it take for us to have the conversation with the other one, with the other guy?
Are there any large non-magical items within 30 feet of us?
There's plenty of large non-magical items between barrels, cabinets, full armchairs.
Okay, someone point me towards the best place to distract people towards.
Oh dear.
All right. With that, there's obviously there's the tub room, there's the balconies and chairs, there's full chapel, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the servants' quarters. There you didn't see too many guards. There was a few sparsed around, but somewhere that you could easily, there was the whole entire room with 2 large tables, a barrel, and what seemed to be 8+ chairs there.
But it needs to be close enough to where her little guard would pay attention to that and go to that instead of just being on alert. No.
Mm-hmm. There's also the chapel that you're next to. The entirety of the library as well, which is still up a floor and away from her.
You have to take a minute to shift out of the form, do whatever you're gonna do, and it takes a minute to get back into foggy form.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're gonna do that in Dimension Door down to meet us, which is also get. I don't know what you're doing with this object, but
I'm going to hold off then.
One guard. He seemed to have caught notice of Rain, yes?
yeah.
Perhaps one of us can be a distraction by being a less than normal cloud. Surely we should be able to outrace them.
Easy enough.
I can do it. But the rest of you must. Hmm?
Who's our like sneakiest, most?
Who?
Want me to go down there? I mean, take a look around.
You confident? I have a personal stake in not allowing any danger to come to this small gnome.
That means I'm definitely going.
No, I really think that you should be Ramus. Aren't you big and strong and you're real fast?
We'll need Ramus if in case anything goes wrong with Sadie. Those angels make their way back. But they see through the deception. We will be in a full fight.
Yeah.
Who, if he stays in this form, he should not be able to be harmed. As long as he stays ahead of them and doesn't allow himself to get caught.
Easy enough.
Alright, my stomach's in my throat, but screw it.
Does anyone have any other ideas?
No, I think he's our best and probably the smartest option.
Yeah, he's a rogue. He can get away even if they attack him. He should be mostly okay.
I'm not suggesting that he takes them head on.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting that perhaps he dances his wind form in front of the angel outside of Sadie's room. I mean, on the balcony. And if he takes issue with it, he may call the other angels for backup. Then we can go into Sadie's room, secure the room, and speak with her.
Ah. Wait. I know the perfect thing.
He will.
One thing. Oh, go ahead.
He's going to shuffle over, materialize quietly, ramshackle as quietly as possible through the whiskey cabinet, taking the most expensive as he can. And then we'll shift back to the cloud form, and then seems to be Mei-chan kind of purposely carrying a whiskey bottle.
Oh, gee.
Okay. Cool. What is a good spot for us to meet you after all of this? If things go wrong, we need a place to fall back to. Someplace we can find you.
I guess the arena?
That works for me.
I could always go back down into the mines.
Also true.
If not the arena, somewhere in Mine Town.
I clap my hand on his shoulder and I say, "Be safe, my friend."
Never.
Then he's gonna start shuffling off.
If I wink out of existence in the middle of this, I blame all of you.
Shuffles outside.
Who will be fine? No. Who will be phenomenal? Besides, my brother would kill me if anything happens to him, so.
You have a brother?
Yes, I didn't, but that's a whole other story.
You're related?
Not directly. We formed a group called the Drew Tang Clan, but that is yet another story. Let's do it.
So, Ku trying to be a puffy cloud for a moment. immediately grabs the angel's attention. And with that, for the link, you briefly hear, ah shit! And then hear what sounds like immediate alarms. Someone's outside! Quick! Follow the clown! With that, for you, both of you, with the arcane eye and the shadows, quickly see that the, well, common woman is the handmaid, quickly looks and then picks up her lantern and starts heading downstairs, nervous. The other one that was in the library is looking around, confused, but obviously closed off in her room for the moment. And with that, to do a quick shuffle, as the way is now clear to Sadie Goldman.
I think Pops should enter the room first.
Or do we enter with blades to his throat, giving him the cover that he was forced to go there? Maybe use her natural affection for him to our advantage? Or do you think we should just send him into, you know...
So how much
Like
does
in
she
Chalet.
like you? Ramus asked him.
Pretty sure she would kill to have me.
Yeah, so maybe not hostage.
Okay. I'm down with whatever you guys decide, but we should probably start getting into our physical forms.
Alright, yeah. So I guess we get a little bit, well, here or like closer? I guess.
I mean,
it doesn't
closer.
really
I mean,
matter,
now that the
but-
way is open. She probably would have heard those alarms too, so whatever we do, we're not going to be taking her by surprise, but, you know, by going in.
Right.
Alright, so then I would like to get closer and shift.
Alrighty.
Materialize.
Yeah.
Damn.
Quickly get closer and shift. To... You see very quickly that, especially with all the ruckus that has gone on going down these stairs, you can see around the corner here, there's a door that has been thrown wide open. It looks like somebody else had quickly left through the balcony door, and you can see what seems to be an angel feather had been left behind in the quick flutter, as well as what seems to be the two doors for the other guards that had been keeping watch here. So thankfully, as far as you can tell, he's not only avoided pretty much the majority of the angels, but also managed to get rid of some of the extra ones that were in the hallway, with who making a bit of noise.
Can I take the feather?
That you can. Quickly scoop up an angel feather in your hand. Mark down that you have a angel feather of a battle force angel. But as you reach the bottom of the stairs, having Artorius go first, I assume.
Yes.
So,
Wait, battle what angel? Sorry.
battle force angel.
Alright.
Classic battle force.
with that, you see Artorias fairly nervous to even go into this room as he slowly kind of creeps forward and peers in and sees the servant trying to help Sadie get basically a presentable dress in case, others appear after the alarms have gone off. At this point, as you do hear the entire estate kind of going up in a total ruckus, fairly quickly see as she looks up briefly at Artorias for you, Ishiki, since you're closest to see. You can roll me perception if you like, but it's a tough DC. It's a 20 if you want to be able to spot it.
You just said BRB.
Damn it.
And I think Ramus just said the same.
No 5-minute break then.
Sorry.
Body
Okay.
break. I'm gonna make another drink. Be right back.
I'm
Hell
gonna bust
yeah.
a fat one.
returned.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Had a 5-minute throwdown break.
Hey, Wayne, you still with us?
Shit, my.
Barely.
There we are. Apologies.
I'm most likely going to disconnect in a little bit, guys.
That's fair. Thank you very much for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate y'all's understanding. My body hurts.
I can relate to that very easily. Oh. So what? I don't think I ever found how fucked up your body is gone. If I may ask.
My body?
Yeah. You're just busy running around, I assume.
No, I have like day-to-day health issues, but right now I got my COVID vaccine earlier today, and half my body feels like it got ran over by a truck. And the other half doesn't even fucking understand that the other half is like dying. It's just a weird disconnect, and I feel horrible.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people who've gotten their boosters have been knocked out for like a day or two.
Yeah, it's miserable, man.
What?
I think most likely I am probably going to pass out and not wake up for like a full 24.
Respect it.
You said you got your booster. Is today the first or second day?
Today's the first day. I got it around 1 o'clock.
I was fine when I did. It was the next day that was. I don't really remember it.
Well, I'm trying to sleep through that shit. Fuck that.
Listen to your body.
Mm.
You know?
It's shut the fuck up and go to bed. But I figured I'll drink some tea and try to at least swing my heartbreaker a little bit before I leave.
Some hardcore stealth going on.
Oh, so I wanted to ask, since we're paused, I was trying to get rid of a fucking macro earlier. That's why it kept saying blah blah. My bad. I guess like forever ago when John was helping me set up macros and shit, he was showing me a testing, and it's been sitting there for like 2 years, and I was trying to get rid of that shit, but never mind.
Wait, so is your blah blah a macro?
It was. I finally figured out how to get it.
Finally get rid of it.
Yeah,
I
all those.
thought that was you just not wanting to do like dialogue because it would pop up. No, because it would pop up mid game. Like I mean, you're like blah blah, and I was like, all right, we'll move it along.
Yeah, it was usually really bad timing.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just it picks up my like attention once in a while, and I go, oh, what the fuck is this again? And I click it, and I'm like, oh, this blah. But I just googled how to fucking get rid of macros, so I promise it won't happen again.
Makes so much more sense now.
Gosh. Anyway, I just felt kind of bad earlier because I realized I was doing it right in the middle of like Josh talking, and I was like, damn, he probably thinks I'm being a dick right now. So anyway.
I've had worse happen to me. I'll be like right in the middle of a monologue sometimes, and somebody will just fuck with something immediately. I'm like, bro, chill for a second.
Rain, you said you're out for the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Europe next Friday.
Nice.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Paris for like 5 days, and then I'm going to Tuscany for 10 days.
Oh wow! I wish I'd known. Your second week away, I'm in Europe.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, but you're gonna be in Tuscany. I'm gonna be in Portugal for about 10 days, starting on the 9th
Oh
of
man,
October.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
We're actually like coordinating with a friend of Alex's that he went to college with, who lives in France now, like the south of France.
Nice.
So we've been like trying to coordinate like visits with people. Man, I fucking wish I knew.
Same.
Yeah, but so I'm not gonna be here for the next 2 weeks after this. That's why I was trying to push to play today.
I get it. Yeah, I'm down for. I was down for today, and I'm down for like next Friday, but then I'm gone for like 2 weeks. So, but I think
Yeah.
I'm back on the 21st. I could probably pull it off on the 21st. I'm pretty sure Cynthia will be sick of me by that point. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure like, yeah, go play with your friends. We're like, all right, yeah. Like,
Well, if you guys want to play next week, you know, stick my character in a room. That's totally fine.
One of these many beautiful rooms.
I feel like, oh, I did want to ask this earlier, Josh. How much time has passed since we left, like, the last, I don't know, bar or whatever? Because I'm trying to figure out if my character is still drunk or not.
I mean, we just left within the hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm still thoroughly intoxicated. That explains all that fucking rolls that were so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Explains everything. Thank you. I feel validated.
Welcome back. I saw stuff my face with pizza.
That sounds glorious.
Pizza.
What kind?
Pepperoni, extra cheese, and garlic.
oh yeah.
Wait a minute. You add, like, slices of garlic?
Diced cloves, roasted.
That sounds delicious.
That's what's up.
What the fuck?
It's fucking shrekking.
There's this like pizza chain called Blaze. I don't know if y'all ever been to that shit, but it's literally like my favorite fucking pizza in the world, and it's like Subway style where they like roast it, like have like all these toppings, like 40 different toppings that you could just put on top. And one of the most banging things that they have is the roasted garlic.
Fuck
Holy
yeah.
shit! I've never seen no pizzeria do that.
Had a really good one out in Sunnyside, but they would do like the diced chunks of garlic, but I'd get it added to like a white slice, which was just next level. It was just I'd never tried anything like it before.
What's a white slice?
Oh, you guys don't do it's like instead of using like a marinara sauce, they use like pretty much like a creamy garlic, almost like an Alfredo sauce.
No
With-
fucking what?
With
Mhm.
yeah, with ricotta, and they do it. It's you still get the mozzarella, but then you get it's like a mozzarella and a mix with like it's like fresh mozzarella and
That's ricotta, yeah.
ricotta cheese. And normally you pair it with like with a vegetable. You know, it's like if you want like peppers or anything like that. But I would actually have them put like crumbled sausage and garlic on it, and it was just
You don't need anything on it.
Man,
yeah.
that's dynamite. What? God.
Sunnyside pizza. And what's worse is these jackholes, they don't do Uber Eats or anything like that. So the last time I visited New York, I couldn't even get it because they were so far away.
No,
They're
no.
like, nah, we
they're-
just serve this neighborhood. I was like,
yeah,
damn it.
we don't come to you. You come to us.
Exactly. And they were
That's
worth
what
it.
it is.
Alrighty. So, Now that Ashiki's back, since you're right next to the door, it is a tough check, but you could try perception check. If you get a 20 or above, you'll be able to catch a look at Sadie Gold and her face.
I think I'm gonna go for it. Oh, wait. I don't think that was at advantage.
Can I give my inspiration to Grand Advantage?
I would allow it and let the nat 20 stand.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
So, as Artorius walks in, you do hear what sounds like an alarm spell go off. But in the same moment of that shock and audible bell ringing, you see a brief moment of Sadie Gold looking up. Her mask is on the table not far from here. And immediately with shock, the handmaid quickly goes to help her cover her face, and you very distinctly see Ashiki as well as Artorius, which kind of makes him freeze in his tracks for a moment. That the reason why she has never taken off her mask is that she has a very deep, what looks like to be cleft palate that leads over most of the right side of her cheek, deep into what looks like maybe the nasal cavity. Very, very offsetting to the beautiful women that you've seen painted in the portraits. And with that, you hear a very quick panic. You shouldn't be here. What? You were kidnapped. And very quick fumbling with her mask as the alarm continues to ring loudly.
Just give us one moment.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Remus tries to say that to her.
Alright. Easily step in as, yeah, keeping your head low as, just the room that way. But,
If I've got a hood on, or if I've got a hood, it's on. And is it still dark in here?
it's still a little dark. You can see that the
Is it? Would you call it dark or dim?
definitely dim.
All right, so I'm like blending with the shadows. She's not seeing my face.
But Artorius will go to be like the middleman, cautionary. I'll shuffle everyone over for. But obviously, very quickly fixing, air quote, her mental / mask. Very quickly comes to realize that Shiki, as you've seen her face, why she has included that basically in her title and name, as she never wants anyone to know her real face.
Yeah.
You could definitely see Artorius is like trying to compose himself, but it was almost kind of like lost in the shock value of basically seeing a cleft palate so deep into somebody's face that you could basically see into the nasal cavity and a bit of the cheekbone with the jaw.
Damn, girl, I could use your face like a half pipe.
You've all come to kill me, haven't you? Why are you here? You would never.
Hold on.
We come to bargain. We have to harm none of your servants.
Yet.
See the handmaid like shrink back a little, and Sadie steps in front of her.
We mean no harm to you or any here.
I don't mean any harm, but you clearly were trying something, and the first one got chased away.
Merely a distraction. We wished an audience, and I will give like a It's not deep, but I will like bow, neck and shoulders, bow, sort of.
Mm-hmm. The deep bow, but without looking away.
Yeah, exactly. May I present? Well, we said we would ask your help honestly first, and we are the Dead-Ass Rangers.
I recognize you from your bounties. You're the ones that I heard about stealing Artorias away. What did you do to him? What sick tricks did you do to his mind?
We reunited him with his long-lost daughter.
He doesn't have a daughter.
Yikes, dude.
Oh,
I
really?
look at him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're gonna love finding out there's two.
I like to imagine that he is bright red at this point.
He snaps from horrified to like, oh shit, as he looks at Rain for a moment.
Out loud, Rooms is like, huh, thank God the other one's not here.
Seriously.
What you may know of Artorias Delacroix may not be 100% true, and certain parties here have even more grievance with you than you with him on that matter.
Oh,
But
we got
regardless,
Yep.
we are here, as strange as it may be, and we have brought Artorias so that we might ask you for your assistance.
Why?
We knew you would not give us the time of day. I apologize for the intrusion.
Do you think this is some kind of sick joke that you could just brainwash the person I've been adoring and just somehow offer him as a prize?
You
No one's
can
brainwashing anybody.
perform any magical checks you wish on him. I myself am a powerful wizard. I can cast a dispel upon him if you wish to see, but he is not under any control. He's here unshackled and unbound with the same benefits of our magics as we all claim.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Can I have advantage because of party helping?
It's normal because you are currently in her bedroom in the middle of the night after alarms have just gone.
That's fair. Ugh, a 12 plus 7, 19. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Right, Josh?
She glances to you. You can see the headpiece has not been properly affixed, so it shifts a little, and you catch a small hint of the cleft on her face, and she very quickly fixes her mask, and then Marigold, collect my raiments. I'll find out myself if he tells the truth.
If she'll work with us willingly, we should do that first before we try and spell her. Also, command only lasts 6 seconds.
This is true.
Fine.
You do see the handmaid go over to one of the cabinets and quickly retrieve what looks like a holy symbol, as well as the appropriate components for greater restoration, diamonds in hand. Starts to softly pray. You see the same triangle that ends with the six pointed stars.
Oh. Can I make an insight as she does this to see if she's actually trying to do what she said or if she's trying to alert people that we're here?
Insight and Arcana.
Okay. There's a half. That's not even half decent for Arcana for me.
Alright.
I've been cursed.
So It's definitely the symbols, but she doesn't seem like she is performing the spell fully, as well as for what she's seemingly trying to do. You feel like she's just trying to buy time at the moment. But with that, is not a greater restoration spell that she is casting.
Ooh, what is it?
It's a summoning spell.
Yep, I will attempt to intervene. I mean, I say, Framus, knock that thing out of her hand, and I begin mouthing the words of counterspell if he is unable to stop her.
Can I and my shadow do it? I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to disarm her.
All right, roll me a flat athletics.
Tiger man.
I walk over and just snatch it out of her hands.
Ma'am, we are attempting to do this peacefully.
Please, can you listen to us for a second?
So, let me.
I try and give her a tigery smile.
I like that we are the dead-ass rangers, so what we do is go around and we tell shit to people straight. We are the dead-ass rangers. We just tell them. There are no room for bullshit. Dispel magic only works on magic that exists. So counterspell is what I'm gonna have to do to interrupt the thing. The target of counterspell is a creature in the process of casting a spell. If Ramus is unable to snatch the thing from her, I have to attempt to interrupt her mid schnizzle, which is what I will attempt to do.
You have definitely grappled away the holy symbol from her, as she is still holding on to said diamonds, looking fairly panicked, quickly pushing Marigold to behind her and kind of like stepping away. I'm not going to be bullied into this situation. I know you're all dangerous people. And
You're dangerous people according to the propaganda of your own state. We are a welcomed and respected force amongst all the other kingdoms. You cannot truly look at us all and think that we would not have already attacked you if it was our goal.
maybe you're trying to fuck with my head like you did Otorius. He's clearly...
Are you as powerful a spellcaster as you pretend to be? Because it seems like you should be able to recognize that we're not affecting you, and there's no effect upon him. Look at him. Look at his pupil dilation. He's not sweating an excessive amount. I grab his arm and like drop it on his side, and he gives me a weird look. It's like, see, we have a normal reaction to an unnormal action.
Is there a chair nearby?
Oh yeah, there's a couple chairs here, there, lined against the wall.
I put one next to her, and I'm just like, please, just 2 seconds. Just relax. Take a second.
I'm looking at Artorias to speak up.
And I like motion her to the chair.
Please, Sadie, listen to them. There's a lot that's been kept secret.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely lots been kept secret.
So...
Could, she said that, she thinks that he doesn't have any children. Would she be able to recognize, the Delacroix sigil that I carry?
I was just gonna say, would she be able to look at the two of them and be like, damn, they look alike?
Very much so. So, it does show. And Rain, you're showing your house symbol as well.
Yeah. Like, I would still be carrying that visibly. I just took his away.
And it's like
So if she-
genuine and old.
Yeah. Yeah. So if she sees that, would she recognize the sigil?
Even though she's keeping her face hidden behind a mask, she slowly, with a shaky hand, raises a hand to her face and goes to take a seat as Ramus is gesturing. When did you have children? My wife long ago was taken by the bishops here. I didn't tell anyone about them to keep them safe, as much as they despised me for it.
Does Papa have a secret family somewhere else? He's got like 4 other kids.
Try and ask him later when you have him on.
Yeah, Dad. Do you have a whole other family?
Yes, you have half brothers and half sisters.
Oh shit.
Alright, that's a conversation for another time, because I'm gonna fight this.
Alright, settle.
I've spent, I think, a good portion of the last 5 years trying to hold what semblance I can together, but unfortunately it's all fallen apart. As now my children have arrived at an unfortunate time. They may have kidnapped me, but it was not completely unwilling. Fortunately, there is many devils at play where they should not be here. I unfortunately have been enslaved to one.
Dun dun dun.
Hope you can forgive the intrusion, and especially the unfortunate truth they have been hiding that's been unfortunately revealed in this fashion. But I would beg you to work with them. I know you're not really at the center of what goes on at the temple. That's why I've always rejected you, sadly. I didn't want you getting pulled in and corrupt.
That was pretty heartfelt. She's got to believe that.
And she likes him.
With that, you do see Artorias goes to gently take her hand.
Oh, he's giving her the juice.
Please work with them. I knew coming here I would not be able to be sighted, as I know you have divination wards protecting you. They are hunting Archdevil, who's responsible for this, who's been working Grand Priest. They need to overthrow him, and they need to get whatever he brought back away from this place.
This guy's pretty good at this.
I mean, Jin had to get it from somewhere, right?
Yo.
Yeah.
Is she crying yet? She can cry.
You don't even need to roll.
Is she all starry-eyed?
She pissed. She's mad.
She's mad, but also it's like, it's the frustration of finding out that she wasn't being rejected because of who she was and not showing her face, but the fact that the person that she wanted to be with so badly has been helping her
Lying to her.
stay safe from whatever was going on.
So she's mad, but she's a
Little thankful. Only a little. Very well. I will hear what you have to say. At this point, you do see one of the angels from the group has quickly landed back down. Sees that the rest of you are within the estate and quickly rushes over and kicking the door down, sword drawn and pointed at all of you.
I go, do you wanna? As my mirror ward like whips around me in front of me, I go, wait!
Wayne's gonna start swinging the Heartbreaker.
No!
In 2.5 seconds. I'm just saying.
With that, Sadie quickly stands like, stand down.
My God. Ah.
Please, they are confessing matters at hand.
Holy shit.
you see the angel just staring at the rest of you, but then also kind of like eyes fall specifically on you, Ramus. Unfortunately, is especially your vocation, you can see that she just doesn't remove her eyes from your visage.
I'll consider that a compliment. They get the same weird tiger grin thing.
I try to interpose myself between Ramus and the angel. Not in an intimidating way, but sort of offer myself up for her to clearly see I'm not evil. I'm not evil. And I'm unarmed.
All right. Well, as nice as the new friends are, I believe this conversation, while they are free to remain outside, should be for your divine ears only. Miss Goldman.
I agree. This is a private matter. With that, the angels look a bit confused, but respect the orders from Sadie.
If I was a different character, I would make a face at them behind their back.
They close the door as the wizard that had originally set the alarm arrives. And I'll go. As, like, Sadie just composes herself and shoulders up and forward, staring in his direction. Now, I need you to tell me what was so significant that you thought it was a brilliant idea to not only capture the man that I had infatuation with, or even the fact of sneaking into my estate without at least seeking out some form of civil debate outside such a uncouth fashion of entry.
Firstly, to answer you, your greatness, we reconnected with Artorias because of his connection with Rain. It actually, we learned that we would need to speak to the high members of this government after reuniting him with his daughter. It was not an intended. The abduction was a bit more play than it appeared to be. There was some performing on both sides.
Yes.
We kind of like to have a good time.
Yes, we are not here to hurt or harm anyone or abduct anyone. We merely wish to ensure safety. And the second thing is that, unfortunately, as you pointed out, in this kingdom, we are criminals. Yes, I gesture around at everyone. Nobody nods at me. I nod at everyone. Yes.
Yeah, nobody does.
Uh-huh. And we have would have had some trouble legitimately getting away to speak with someone in your position, especially with the act specifically that we wish we. I'd like slide up next to Artorias so she knows that we includes him. Would like to ask your help procuring an incredibly dangerous item that has been, well, placed by a demon in the vaults.
Do we tell her that we spoke to the other guy as well?
No,
We will. I'm gonna hold that card for now.
Okay.
it is more than just an item that we seek. We've also brought the truth with us. I do not know what it is you think or you know about your countrymen, but you should know there are droves of slaves, innocent people who have been enslaved by your nation. Packs of dogs set by your officers to hunt them down and kill them. Now, I do not know if this was orchestrated by the Archfiend that is currently in the employ of your great priest, but now you know. Let us put ignorance aside. Will you help us in stopping this malevolence?
You are so sure that it is within the Grand Vault?
Well, we were there when it was taken, for one.
The information from our source has never been wrong before.
There is no guarantee that it is in the vault. But if anyone would know what is in the vault, I believe it would be you.
And it may not be alone. Many things just as strong or terrible, or probably both, the way everything's been going. Probably in there.
But it is in incredibly dangerous hands currently, and we would see it removed to a safer clime.
We're talking about the sword, right? The Yellow
Yes.
King sword?
Yeah.
It is a weapon of such despicable nature and depravity. I'm certain that if you were within range of it, you would have felt something. Something perhaps to make you even doubt. Well, whatever it is you feel inside your temple. Does that sound familiar?
She slowly kind of shifts in her chair, uncomfortably at that question. You do see that she definitely recognizes what you're talking about. It's all over her in the expression. I have stayed away from it as it scares me. I'm thankful that the Archons watch over it, and I refuse to go to the reliquaries within while it is there.
Then you know we speak the truth.
I also don't know if keeping it safe is exactly the right description of what's happening.
I mean, it is safer with us than anywhere else.
No, I was just that they're currently keeping it safe.
Oh. We unfortunately see things a bit different. The effect that Shijupunik has had upon the world will only be magnified by this device. It will only further the war. Something that I'm sure would not further any of your goals. You do not strike me as one to revel in bloodshed.
Never.
It would have been far easier for us to fight our way in. There would have been less thinking, it would have been easier, we would have bickered quite a bit less. But the easier way is not always the better one. The better one is following what laws we can.
The better way is the one that preserves lives rather than taking it.
We simply wished to ask your aid for this.
And hopefully banishing some demons.
Yeah, the, averting the blood war is pretty, yeah.
The great irony is that you have a host of angels defending a weapon forged and used by demons.
And placed by a demon.
Yes.
Yeah. So, a lot of this to say is, can you help us? We wish to do this without hurting people.
As little sacrifice and bloodshed as possible. For once.
I will try.
Big sigh of relief from Marta. Oh!
So she stands up. Marigold, I need you to go and check for me and tell if they are still there that it was just a accidental false alarm, the ones that Muldas had sent to watch my house. With that, you do see the handmaid kind of slowly try to push through the crowd of you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll fully get out of her way. Yeah. Can I insight Sadie, like, that wasn't a secret thing that she said to, like...
Yeah, roll me an insight.
I'm just a
Strange
naturalist.
change of words?
Yeah. 6 plus 7? 13? She's fine.
She seems to have a little bit of concern in her voice, but you're not sure. Could be a sign, maybe signal or something. She was originally trying to hold out while calling something big.
Can I glance at the maid before she goes and roll another insight?
Sure.
Oh,
Hey.
Maid looks
Neat.
absolutely scared out of her mind. Obviously, even though things are being talked civil, it's like, holy fucking shit, wanted bandits are inside of the lady's house, and
yep.
yeah, I could die if somebody sneezes the wrong way.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, we're here, like, saying, yeah, we don't. Please help us so that we don't blow up your treasury trying to get in. And then I was like, oh yeah, any one of us could like move a hand and destroy basically the whole room.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be in bad taste to give her a coin in front of her employer?
I think it would be bad for her own mental health if you, the big tiger man, gave her money.
Yeah.
I think she would just explode.
Like,
Which would probably make it even funnier.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
so you give her a coin?
I don't want to like disrespect this lady and like her assistants. I just say thank you, I guess then.
Very quietly nods and gives a small curtsy to you and shuffles quietly and very quickly up the stairs.
Modar, are we still connected telepathically?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I say, so I pretty much just say, for better or worse, whether she believes us or not, whether she helps us or not, she's done more than enough to literally indicate that what we're looking for is where we think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully she'll help us out, but if not, you know,
Well,
we can just
depending.
breeze out of here.
The big thing right now is if she lets us go, then at least she's implicated a little bit. So
Right.
the big test is going to be whether or not she lets us go right now. I mean, that was in character voice in my head.
Yeah.
To your head.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah.
So how do we arrange this? How do we go about this?
So yeah, this is the point where I guess we ask you, Josh, what we have a plan to meet the other guy.
Yeah, you
2 a.m.
have a plan to meet him at 2 a.m.
So right now, how much can you tell us right now, or how much are you willing to discuss with us now about creating a plan to do this?
I am not sure, but I might be able to. If I can get the right contract that was signed with the Archon. Maybe get him to stand down if you're to retrieve this item. I'm not sure. There is a guard within the vault that was told to watch over the item, and he has never come out.
What?
Yeah, he's dead.
That's
Talk
No.
about dedication.
He sounds like some. Come on, guys.
Who's the Archon here?
Well, there are multiple, right?
Yes, but there's the one that is leading the majority. I might be
The
able.
Angels.
Yes,
I see. Okay, sorry.
might be able to get them to stand down. An Archon of Justice.
Can we not present our case to this Archon of Justice?
Justice.
Will he not side on the side of right, rather than simply on the side of a contract?
Unfortunately, once signed with a contract, the law is the law on that. It cannot be swayed and would be pursued without flaw. Angels do show compassion, but they must finish their compelled duties.
Who is it that convinced this Archon to sign?
Muldas.
Himself.
Yes.
Rain.
Bye.
Night.
Thanks for hanging, kiddo.
Night, night. Good night, guys.
Sleep well, feel better.
Feel better.
Thanks.
Recuperate.
Bye.
Make sure to hydrate.
Exactly.
I am.
Definitely don't dehydrate.
Don't touch.
We should be dictating the terms of this. I mean, if she can help us with this contract thing, that's great. But we still have a 2 a.m. appointment. So, do we ask her to meet us out there at like 2 or a little bit earlier? See if she can get her hands on this paper in the next like 60 minutes? Or
Yeah, do we want to pull both of them in together to make a plan, or do we know what she thinks of this other dude? Or
I
No.
asked Artorius what he knows about their relationship. Since Sadie likes him a lot, she told him how she feels about this guy, right?
Yeah. Especially with the situation in, she doesn't even let Artorius interject. I've always despised Elanus, but because I know he's the boot-sucking scum of the church who would do anything to extend his position and doesn't really care about the people.
well, we're kind of hoping on the
Greedy self-interest.
Can't say I'm surprised that he is immediately on board. I don't want to know what you promised him.
Alright.
The only thing I know is that he is below Mildas in rank, none other. So this works in your favor. Might be able to help me retrieve the contract.
well, then I guess we have a group date. And what time is it? It's 1?
Just shy of 1.
Alright, yeah. Then we have a group date in an hour.
Aw, cute.
That. Marigold quickly comes running down the steps. And the first thing she does is almost screech at the shadow as she forgot for a brief moment of the panic, and then composes herself again. Quickly steps in. They're all gone. There's something walking up the main road to the estate.
what do you mean by something?
It looked like night, but with fire inside of the suit.
Roll something.
Definitely, it is going to be a very difficult one to discern. A Arcana or Religion.
No, it's gonna be Arcana. Come on, Arcana. All night you've been bad. All the oh.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
With that, Artorius looks scared, as well as Sadie.
Alright, so we should go.
We have to.
Like now. I guess we're taking her with us, or?
Do you have a method of magical transportation?
I do. I will
Alright.
dress quickly.
Yeah. I close my eyes.
The
So she can get dressed.
handmaid kind of like shoos some of you aside and quickly puts up like the boudoir fucking
Little partition.
yeah. But obviously in that time Ramus, with your sharp ears, you hear the heavy beating of wings, and then you also see the angels look up into the sky with concern and quickly drawing their swords.
Oh no, it's demons. It's there. I knew it. We've went too long without one. It's coming whether we wanted it or not. We did everything right, and sometimes you still lose.
We haven't lost shit. Let's do this.
Let's. I was trying to Metal Gear Solid this or Tenchu this, but
We still can. As long as we got a minute, we can just breeze out.
Yeah, pretty much. With that, Sadie kind of does look to the rest of you after quickly throwing on some of her clothes. You can see the rest is kind of more or less a mantle and raiment, but she's not worried about her full armor, as that would take far too long. All of you should get out of here now. I think Moldas has sent something more personable. I will make my exit when I can.
All
You
right,
think that
don't
is
be.
here to harm you? We will not abandon you, not when you are about to help us.
can I tell how close it is?
For the fact that the angels flying over, or the angels looking up, and you could assume it's possibly flying over. Maybe, especially for how heavy the wing beats are, 200 feet away. So it's
Can we beat
clearly
it if we all cloud?
maybe. But at the same time, Sadie, looking still concerned, like, I have my own forms of protecting myself, and I do at least have my personal guard all here still.
Alright, then I guess hopefully we'll see you at the meeting place.
I'll make myself scarce.
Angels, let's do the same.
All right. What's everybody's turning to gas face look like?
Big Trouble in Little China when the dude blows up. When he inflates.
Ah!
I actually give a sign of respect, sort of like clap my fist to my chest. If there's still an angel on the balcony or anything like that, just to give them a sign of respect, because now they're looking probably at real evil. So, good luck. Then I ranger out.
They nod in your direction as they obviously make ready. You can see them start to take flight. And you quickly whisking off in the dark of night, thankfully. Get to bear witness to what looks like a couple of Dragonborn riding what looks like large, bluish-skinned, gaunt creatures with leech-like mouths, multiple eyes sitting on the front row of their head, heavy, black, bristling hairs that cover their body, though seemingly almost translucent within the night itself.
Holy shit.
Oh, that thing is cool.
Seemingly the size of a wyvern, but with a flatter back, as you see the Dragonborn resting upon their back and retaliating against the various angels that have come to greet them. Alongside with that, walking up the main road of the estate that you can see burning like fire in itself and leaving melted cobble walk. A knight who holds one sword in hand that glows with soft, heated embers, a body that seems to be clad with deep black iron armor, as well as a face that has been illuminated with other parts of his skin that are barely exposed from heavy brimstone and hellfire armor.
Oh, that looks cool too.
And he appears to be walking up the main estate road alone.
How tall is it?
He only stands out a solid 6 foot, though the imposing figure shows that, especially with the heavy footfalls and the melting rock beneath his feet, that he is definitely unnatural and not of this world normally. Has definitely been called from somewhere else, and seems to have the confidence to march up a road towards an entire cadre of angels that guard the estate.
That would probably be a fun fight eventually. But for now, fuck that guy.
That, thankfully, you are further up, as it does seem to be looking around with almost sweeping motions, scanning the various horizons of the estate, trying to find any invisible individuals possibly or more. Along with that, as he reaches towards the end of the road, as you are disappearing into the distance, sweeps his sword across the floor, and you can see what looks like cracking magma fills over the walkways. It starts to split further. And you can see what looks like bone devils step out alongside him.
Damn it, now we almost...
Go ahead.
This is one of those things that's like... This is an us problem that we brought. Well, screw it. As long as she gets out alive, I don't think I care.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're all dead, then what? Well, if she has nobody left, then what happens to her? Because I'm assuming they're trying to put her in that position anyway.
We don't have to bail just yet. I don't think they're looking for us specifically. Not in this form, at least.
Artorius would pipe in. I think they're looking for me.
Oh shit.
I don't think they're very happy that you have me. And that the wards have been able to snuff out if they were watching me.
What it... Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Have you ever seen this beast before? Do you know what forces they are aligning to search for you? Do you see the evil of this place?
I have seen those flying creatures before. They belong to Moldos. As for the knight, I have not seen that before. He is new.
How many wyvern-looking things are there?
Especially listening alone, you can easily hear what seems to be about maybe 4, maybe at most 6. It's a bit tough to tell with so many flying overhead.
Oh yeah, fuck that, we're out.
Alright. With that, we'll leave off as you do see what looks like angels and these luminescent devils with Dragonborn on top, starting to beset the Gold Mantle estate. With that, you see the guards and knights that are quickly approaching up front, trying to hold off the various bone devils that have been called, as well as the Black Iron Knight, heavily clad, slowly trudging his way to the front door.
Wait, when we went underwater, Pelgrim had bone devils with him, didn't he?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he could be close.
It's easy
I
to
shoot Thalos a glance.
You do recall that it was mentioned that he has been recalling his most trusted generals, and this guy is completely anonymous to Artorias, which means he might have just arrived, wherever he's been.
Does anybody have any way to determine? I didn't prepare anything like that because of the history, like the sneak.
Can I? What would I use to take a stab at that then?
I mean, like, I guess I was mostly asking Dalos, unless Rain has something within her sheet. Excuse me.
Can I? I've seen a couple of things. Does this look like anything familiar to anything I've seen or heard? Or...
Let's see. For you, Ramus, I would definitely allow you to do probably one of the three. Religion being one of the most easiest, but also a history or an arcana with advantage. So, to try and discern exactly who or what that knight is. Alrighty.
Is it only people that have met Pelgrim that do that? Holy shit.
This one is extremely specific. You could try Modar. It is going to be a 30 because this is something that's not usually easily researched. You have to go out of your way to usually find out about these.
Yeah. I haven't. That's another sub 5 for Arcana.
Jesus. Thankfully, especially with Ramus and being from the Order, you know full well that this is probably not by name, but one of the more rare Infernal Knights sent from one of the 9 levels of Hell. You'd assume probably the level closer towards Asmodeus, which means this one has probably been immediately directed by Pelgrim, since he is a pit fiend and an archdevil.
I let everybody know that this thing's not supposed to be here at all.
It definitely takes an immense level of magic to be able to call one of these, and that they're extremely dangerous, as though those who usually get slain by them are usually unable to be brought back unless by means of true resurrection or wish.
Whoa, resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Maldas was the one who summoned Pelgrim. It may not be a far leap to believe that he may have summoned this as well.
Or Pelgrim's here.
Or? Yes. And if he is, we will face him as we must.
I guess this is out of character. Do I know whether or not killing... Like, that's my goal, right? Like, to kill him to go back home?
Effectively, yes, because if Pelgrim's gone, then your tether to Ku dies, and then you can plane shift freely.
Okay. Wow, I guess, yeah. I never realized we'd be so close to it.
Does it smell like anything besides burning night?
For that, specifically like brimstone and acid. Almost like if burning bodies was wafting through the air as a scent of incense.
Oh, so he's essentially all I can smell, huh?
Yeah, it's probably the most offensive smell you could ever experience between that, even if you didn't have an enhanced senses. Especially with the enhanced senses, if you caught this man on basically the backdraft of a windy day, you could probably smell him easily like a mile away.
Oh, wow. I kind of cover my nose. Well, good luck to them. can tell Remus doesn't really want to stay around anymore.
Yes.
The angels, are they getting ready to clash with these demons?
Absolutely. You see them already starting to charge the ones in the sky. You can even see the one that had been constantly singing is now also emboldening many of the knights that stand out front. You also as well see one other angel, though at this distance you cannot really make out many details other than it seems to be carrying an axe made entirely of gold radiant light.
Well,
Oh.
how
Oh,
many
that's
angels did she have? Or
Uh,
at least how many did we pass?
the ones that you had seen full on that didn't join the fray until just after you were leaving. 1, 2. A total of 7 that you can confirm. Guarding the Gold Mantle estate.
Yeah, we didn't want to pick a fight here. Okay. Hopefully they'll be alright.
Whether we realize it or not, this is for the best. The angels now know the presence of demons here in the city. We may be able to get them to help us. If things go that far south.
But will she be able to help us after this, you know? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Soon enough. Next time. I will grab XP. You have managed to thankfully avoid a fucking mega fight.
That's the name of the game. Sneaky mission sneak.
It's that natural disaster thing, right? It's like the less it happens, the more powerful it's gonna be. Like everything we're dodging right now.
Right, we are building to something
Yeah.
crazy.
Something
Is
pretty
that
horrible.
is that gonna get us like? No, that gets us there. That should pass us.
So 3,316 XP.
Yes.
Wait, is that
Ah!
Ding?
Yes, baby. Level 14.
Serious?
Ah!
So
Yeah.
140,000 XP. Milestone passed.
I will say, as a final note, as you start making your way out towards the arena and finally start to get to that full soft distance where you can see figures are basically starting to become ants. 2 brilliant flashes of light, figures that are much larger and imposing, and what sounds like 2 massive lion roars echo resounding over the estate grounds as you just get out of distance.
Oh, she had something special, huh?
Yes. Thankfully, did not get summoned into the small room with you.
Did she
I was about to burn a level 6 counterspell.
You probably still would have had to roll.
Oh god, you're a monster.
She had a level 9 summon sitting in her back pocket.
See, that's the thing. That's the trick, is that high level counterspells, it's like, do you even bother upcasting? Because you're probably going to have to roll.
It,
Find the spell.
yeah, it's all guesswork.
You know what's funny? I still haven't been able to use my new sword ability, because we haven't gotten a fight since then, because we've been very good about avoiding shit.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried. I've put you guys under some pretty hard knuckles here.
Yeah, we be. And we buckle down.
Brains and brawn.
Fuck yeah. You
And
guys,
a lot of dumb luck.
you guys have been strapping up, but at the same time, now you know both us, especially for that, and the mention of the bodyguards that were there now gone are very clearly not trustworthy. So far as you can tell, no clue on Memrick, but knowing that he's a full tactician has been training his soldiers that have been going out, so maybe. But then Moldas is the definite evil. And then other Dragonborn that you've seen that have just somehow vanished or left the Gold Estate, as well as coming back writing those things, has been probably the worst of reputation so far.
They just conveniently left.
Conveniently, air quote, definitely not. Definitely not conveniently. If you were to go back and look, I will tell you freely, especially with the shadows being able to probably look and tell before you leave, that the saddle was gone. Meaning it's strapped up and rolled out.
There's no escaping the fact we're gonna face one of those things next time around. Whether you like it or not, I mean, if anything jumps off, I mean, they're just a quick flight away. So we're on the clock.
Well, let's see what happens within the next hour.
Yeah. Whew. Nice. Nice job, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Good shit. Good RP.
F yeah.
Hats on the back all round. Oh my god, I forgot what my 14th level ability is.
Oh.
I'm now... Oop, that's whispered. I'm now resistant to spell damage.
You're gonna need it.
Ooh.
I am now so good at magic that other people's magic is wholly less effective. And now I have advantage on saving throws twice, so that means I have double advantage, right, Josh?
Well, if double advantage was a thing.
That's true. But then double poison would be a thing too.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah, then crit poison would be a thing.
God.
That would be heinous.
Anus.
Oh, so...
Thank you
let's
so
see.
much for running, Josh.
Oh, I get another Crimson Right.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I also get to kidnap you in a little bit here too, Nate.
Oh, am I run? Oh, we have double D&D.
Double
Thunder.
D.
Thunder, Psychic, or Necrotic?
Ooh.
Ooh, psychic, right?
Because I have Fire, Ice, and Lightning right now.
Oh, that's saucy.
Yeah, do psychic. But you already have enough regular, like, elemental stuff.
Yeah, and you guys don't know yet, but at the same time, like, especially with so many clerics and weird things around, who knows what category of magic and damage you're going to be hitting with.
Yep.
Sweet.
I might take the time and recast me with a new set of spells.
That's fair.
That's just like, that's also me thinking out loud for the party on what we're trying to do.
All right, Hepcats, I'm gonna bounce. Thanks again, Josh.
Of
See
course.
y'all on the next time. Peace.
Later. Take a moment to enjoy some pizza first.
How dare you?
That sounds so good.
Huzzah.
So you ready to go from sneaking around and peace talking to immediate possible combat?
Hell yeah. Tired of sitting around. Vaughn likes to punch. See, he's angsty, and he has had a difficult childhood. God, I have almost double my HP on Modar for Kivan. Because I took tough.
Oh shoot, it's really hard to charm me.
Yeah,
Ooh, I'm also immune to Frighten.
there you go.
Just straight up?
Yeah,
That's some paladin type ability. Good shit.
I have advantage on saving throws for charm. Well, everybody we fight has magic weapons, so that doesn't. But I have
Well, majority do.
I have resistance to things like slash and pierce. Bludgeoning, pierce, slash.
I can definitely say there's still plenty of boys and girls there who are definitely not magic equipped.
Advantage on strength saving. Why have I not paid attention to any of this?
Do that.
Save
It's
your
really
ass so many
important.
times.
Yeah, I
Advantage on
actually
strength saving throws.
I just started playing in Blood Hunter.
They changed it a lot. I looked at the updates.
Uh-huh.
With the int stuff, they actually made it a little more rewarding
Uh-huh.
and less boring. But there's a lot everything now instead of certain things being taking away health. It looks like everything.
Uh-huh. Well,
Little risk reward.
you can either amplify or not. Like that's always the choice. Unless it doesn't affect the creature, unless the creature doesn't have
Yeah.
blood, then you always gotta do.
But amplify is what your level, right? Like that.
No, it's just the Hemocraft die.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because with the way I'm playing with, it's still wisdom before all that.
Oh, really?
It's a roll. I believe because I believe it's the same as with the swords. Like if I amplify, I have to. Hold on, actually, you know what? I can just look.
Do it. Do that thing. Look at it.
Do
Coward.
that funky thing. Wow, wow.
You can choose to suffer damage. Oh, that's something. Look, more stuff I'm not paying attention to. I can suffer damage equal to your Crimson Right damage or Crimson Right die to gain advantage on a single insight or intimidation check.
See? That's one of the. It's good stuff.
I'm curious if I made the move over. I'm curious if I could keep the build I have, with all the changes. Because I've set myself up as a tank, and it seems it's a lot more risk reward now.
Yeah, I do feel like I take a lot of damage because I'm also the tank of the party. So I don't have and I also don't have very good armor and stuff yet.
Working on it.
I'm trying to figure out what's the.
Nate is having a panic attack because I just reminded him.
Oh,
to
no.
pick this up.
Oh,
pick
no.
This level up. I could also have simulacrum.
No! Not two of them. No.
An army of Ashikis that just run their own band.
Well, I'm thinking, sounds like fun.
Mm. Have to build an encounter for 18 level 13 imagery.
I have advantage on survival checks to recall information about Fade and Fiends and Undead.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's so many little things.